In this video, we will discuss about clause 6 of ISO 27001. Clause 6 is about planning. It has two subclauses. 6.1 is about actions to address risk and opportunities, whereas 6.2 is about information security objectives and plans to achieve them. Let us discuss 6.1. Risk assessment. Organization must define and apply a consistent information security risk assessment process. So repeated assessment produce consistent, valid and comparable result. Risk assessment process includes defining risk criteria, risk identification, risk analysis and risk evaluation. Risk assessment process must be kept as documented information. Organization must also have a risk treatment process as a documented information. We will discuss about risk assessment and risk treatment in our next slide. Before that, let us discuss 6.2. Clause 6.2 requires that the information security objectives should be established and communicated at appropriate levels. Further, information security objectives shall be consistent with the information security policy. Information security objectives must be kept as a documented information. Let us make this simple. While validating clause 6.1, auditor need to verify only 5 processes. First one is risk criteria, second is risk identification, third process is risk analysis, fourth risk evaluation and finally fifth one is risk treatment. While validating risk criteria, auditor need to verify two things: whether organization has determined the criteria for risk assessment and whether organization has determined the criteria for risk acceptance. There are different frameworks available for assessing the risk. Standard does not mandate any particular framework or formula. Whatever criteria is used, it should be documented for consistent result. Risk assessment criteria includes process for identification of risk, process for deriving the probability, and process for deriving the impact, and process to determine the level of risk. Also, organization is required to determine the criteria for acceptance of risk. For example, organization may decide to accept all the low-level risk, and in that case all the risk above the low level need to be treated until it is brought to the low level. In risk identification process, auditor need to verify whether organization has identified all the relevant risks impacting the confidentiality, integrity and availability of the information assets. Also, identified risks should have risk owner who will be responsible to monitor and control the risk. In risk analysis part, auditor need to verify whether organization has determined the probability and impact of each identified risk. Further, on the basis of probability and impact, level of risk needs to be determined. Risk can be measured as high, medium or low. Risk can be also quantified by allocating appropriate risk score. Standard does not mandate any specific format. In risk evaluation, auditor need to verify whether organization compares all the identified risk with its acceptance risk level. Any risk above the acceptable risk level should be further treated to bring it down to acceptable risk level. Further, risk should be prioritized for treatment, that is, high risk should be treated first. While validating risk treatment plan, auditor need to verify that whether organization has met risk treatment plan for all the risk above the acceptable limit. Also, auditor should verify whether all controls provided in Annexure A is considered and excluded controls are included in statement of applicability. We will discuss in detail about statement of applicability and Annexure A in our next video. So, risk criteria, risk identification, risk analysis and risk evaluation is the requirement of clause 6.1.2, whereas risk treatment is the requirement of clause 6.1.3. In practice, you may find such kind of risk assessment criteria. This table shows a real life example. Please note that standard does not mandate any specific format or procedure. Organization can adopt their own assessment criteria. In practice, you may find such kind of risk acceptance criteria. This table shows a real life example. Please note that standard does not mandate any specific format or procedure. Organization can adopt their own risk acceptance criteria. In practice, you may find such kind of risk treatment plan. This table shows a real life example of how a risk treatment plan is made. Please note that standard does not mandate any specific format or procedure. Organization can adopt their own format for risk treatment plan. However, it is very important that identification of risk owner is done. Identification of risk owner is a requirement of clause 6.1.2. Let us now discuss some key aspects for clause 6. While reviewing clause 6 and clause 8, auditor need to validate following 11 questions. Question number 1. Whether criteria for risk assessment process is established. Question number 2. Whether criteria for risk acceptance is established. Question number 3. Whether risk is identified. Question number 4. Whether risk owners are identified. Question number 5. Whether probability of identified risk is determined. Question number 6. Whether impact of identified risk is determined. Question number 7. Whether level of risk is determined. Question number 8. Whether level of risk is compared with the acceptable level. Question number 9. Whether risks are prioritized for risk treatment. Question number 10. Whether risk treatment plan is made for unacceptable risk. And last question, question number 11. Whether all controls provided in Annexure A is considered, and if excluded, then such controls are included in statement of applicability or not. So, if organization has complied with all the 11 questions, then it shows that it has followed the requirement of clause 6.1 and clause 8.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.